Okay, I'm making an updated video, and I try to do this when there's nobody around. Try not to laugh, but this is my loungewear today. It's just easier because it's a one-piece gown or pajamas. So as you can see, I'm still laying in here in my little moat. Here's all my meds. So, oh my God, I lost count of what day I'm on. Okay, 9 days post-op. I will say this, what I'm learning during this time is that since this is a surgery for women, I feel like women, we go through so much and we're so hard on ourselves. And like, instead of being like, I'm gonna have surgery and I gotta focus on that, like leading up to the surgery, I was freaking out like, oh no, what am I gonna do about my job? And I don't want to leave work on people, and like was killing myself to get all this work done. And I feel like we'll just say the hyperness of my brain was just like trying to get ahead of me. And even now, like, I've been through surgeries. This one's kind of been the roughest, I think more mentally than physically. And I told myself that I was going to remember to stay in the present moment and not let anxiety get ahead of me, but it keeps doing that. So like, I was only 3 days post-op and I was spiraling. So I'm not even 2 weeks yet, and I just have to know that, like, it's going to take time. Like, all of this takes time, but I'll be honest, I can't believe, though, with all the things that come along with the surgery, you're expected to go back to work in like 6 to 8 weeks. Some people go back sooner, because I feel like, for me personally, I need to feel like most of myself is here. So if I don't feel good physically, I don't feel well mentally. If I don't feel well mentally, I don't feel well physically. I think it goes hand in hand. So the one thing is, I had told everybody, let me rest up and I'll reach out to you. And I understand people mean well, but I kept getting messages like, hope you're doing okay. That's fine. But then the next one, then I get another one 2 days later. Haven't heard from you. Everything good? 2 days later. Did you make it out okay? So the frustration of that was like, I told you I'd get back to you when I felt better. I went through a major surgery. You're not going to be the first thought of my mind. But I will say this, as I was trying to recover, I had days of sadness and I was crying, and I'm like, all these people want to know if I'm okay. And then my anxiety was like, you need to get back to them. And the people pleasing side of me was like, oh, these people are wondering what's wrong with you and how are you recovering, and you need to get right back to them. And then I was like, that is so stupid. I was trying to tell. So the realistic side over here was like, that is so stupid because you just had major surgery. And then the unrealistic side over here was like, but these people really worried about you and you need to let them know what's going on. You got to text them back now. I know I'm not the only person that feels this way. I know I'm not the only person who has anxiety. And I've been through a lot of surgeries. So I will say that I was already triggered to begin with. And a lot of people hate that word, but things that happened to me triggered me. Being sent home on the first day with the blood pressure cuff, that triggered me because I'm like, I got rushed out. Why else would I have it on? And yes, accidents can happen, but I was asked like 20 times, you ready to go? You ready to go? And I was not ready to go. So I'll just keep documenting as I continue to heal. I think it's important. What's funny is, I think when you're not in control, when you are cut open, when you're in pain, you don't feel like yourself. You don't even feel like a human being. You feel like you're bothering people. You feel worthless. You just have these up and down moments. You're on an emotional roller coaster. I've been there. I've cried. I've said I wanted to give up. I did not want to make videos during those moments, but they were real. And then I had to reel myself back in and be like, you just had surgery a couple days ago. And it's not a simple surgery. It wasn't like they just went in and said, oh, we got to stitch you up. We took major organs out of me. It's a big deal. So anyway, I feel okay in this moment, but that's because I went off my pain meds like an idiot and just tried to go cold turkey. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, not even barely a week out, so I'm just taking ibuprofen. But there was a trigger about the ibuprofen. I'm not going to get into it, but that's why I just started spiraling. I'm like, this is not going well, and then this is happening, and you have to realize your brain, if you wake up and you say, I'm going to have an awful day, you're going to have an awful day. If you wake up and say everything's going to be great, it may not be perfect, but you're going to have a better day. It's your mindset. And like when I was having a really bad day, I believe in signs. Not everybody does, but I saw a cardinal outside and I was like, okay, I can do this. And then I came into my living room with my rolling scooter thing, and I have an Echo, Amazon Echo, and these little pictures slide by that I put in there, and one of them said, you're stronger than you realize and give yourself credit for it. And I was like, okay, I can do this. But it is mind over matter. And so again, I'm not going to compare myself to another person. We all heal differently, and I was beating myself up. I'm like, this woman said she feels great already. Why am I not there? But in reality, here's unrealistic over here. Oh, you had surgery. It's 3 days out. You should be like, I'm good, and get back to life. And then the realistic part over here is like, hi, you just had major surgery. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle and loving. And by all means, please rest, because the hyperness that is me, and I hope I don't lose those parts of me, they just always kind of try to take charge. But at the end of the day, I think what I've always been scared of, and I will say this, is that I don't want to lose me in this whole process of what I go through. And as women, I don't think we get enough credit. We go through debilitating menstrual cycles. There's all these different diseases, and there's fibroids, and there is so much pain. I could never put it into words. We give life. We carry babies. We push them out. That is all pain. Then our bodies have to go back. We go through postpartum. And then, some of us have to go through surgery. And then we go through perimenopause and menopause. And I don't think women get enough credit for what we go through. It is a lot. And just because you see a woman and they look beautiful and they look happy does not mean internally they are not struggling and going through stuff. So let me stop the video here because I'm starting to go in a different direction. But again, I think 8 or 9 days post-op at this point, and I'm just trying to see where I'm at. I don't want to make the videos when I'm crying, but I might, because that just shows me how far I've come. And that's why you see videos here on my channel, because I've been through a lot in the last 8 to 9 years, and I just like to video it and go back and see how far I've come. And that's where I'm at right now.